The F.A.T recording of Antony, or Antony Gulley. (1870 and 1880) audio census records for Antony Gulley is on the F.A.T recording of Luke Gulley, Part 1 and Part 2. Because the 1890 census records were destroyed due to fire, we begin Antony Gulley's audio census with the 1900 federal census. In it, it states that Antony Gulley is 40 years old, and that he was born in May, in the year 1860. His birthplace is listed as Arkansas, and his home in 1900 is in Nevada County, Arkansas. His house number is 11, he is the head of the house, and he is married to Joella Gulley. It also states that the marriage year was 1885, and that he had been married for 15 years. Spencer listed his father's birth location as Mississippi, and his mother's birth location as Alabama. At this time, his wife Joella was 32 years old, and they both have 7 children. 3 sons, and 4 daughters. The eldest of the children is John Gulley, born in 1888, and he is 12 years old. He is followed by the eldest girl, and her name is Flora Gulley, born in 1889, she is 12 years old. Flora has a younger brother under her, and his name is Eugene Gulley, born in 1891, he is 9 years old. Then the second girl born to Spencer and Joella is Florence Gulley, born in 1893, and she has a younger sister under her, who is the third daughter, she was named Lula Gulley, born in 1894. Lula has a little brother, and he is the third son born. His name is Spencer Gulley, he was born in 1896, and finally, the last daughter born to Antony and Joella on the 1900 federal census is Rosa Gulley. She was born in 1899. This is the family of Antony, or Antony, and Joella Gulley, and the children born to them according to the 1900 federal census. The 1910 federal census for Antony Gulley says that Antony is 48 years old, and the family home is in Nevada County, Arkansas. The name of the street that the family is living on is called Settlement Road. Antony and Joella are still married, and Antony's occupation is that of a farmer. Antony owns his own house, and his home is free of mortgage. His home is described as a farm. Antony is able to read and write, and the number of years married is 24 years. When we concluded the 1900 federal census, the last child born to Antony and Joella was Rosa Gulley. The 1910 census recorded 5 more children added to the family since the 1900 census. The next child under Rosa, in the 1910 census, is Mary Gulley. She was born in 1902. Another daughter was born under her, and her name is Elizabeth Gulley, she was born in 1904. After Elizabeth, another son was born. His name is Eunice, aka James Gulley, and he was born in 1906. Although Eunice is listed as a son of Antony and Joella, he is actually their grandchild. Eunice had a little sister under him. She was named Laura Gulley, and she was born in 1909. Also living in the house is a 26-year-old woman named Jenny Gulley. According to the census, she is the niece of the head of the house, who is Antony Gulley. Preliminary research on Jenny turned up some very interesting facts and genealogical discoveries. Unfortunately, for you the listener, these discoveries won't be available in the form of a F.A.T recording for some time. However, if you wish to know more about Jenny or any other person listed in this F.A.T recording, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and write your request in the comment area below. The more requests we get from you wanting more information on any one person within this family group, the more inclined we will be to satisfy your curiosity. However, I will give you a hint. The lineage of Jenny leads to a Frank Gulley, and a Lucy Gulley, and Lucy is recorded that she was born in Africa. Now, for the 1920 federal census on Antony and Joella Gulley. Antony is now 58 years old, and still living in Nevada County, Arkansas. But his home is now located on Poison Springs Road. After watching the F.A.T story on Luke Gulley, you will understand how poetic this home location is for Antony and Joella. The couple is still married, and although Antony's father's birthplace is still Mississippi, Jowla's father's birthplace is also in Mississippi. In 1920, John, Spencer, Flora, Octavia, and Eugene are no longer living in the house. If you were paying attention, the name Octavia should have shocked you a bit. Octavia is not a child of Antony and Joella. She is their daughter-in-law. Octavia is married to John Gulley, the eldest son of Antony and Joella. However, there was another addition to the family. Laura's baby sister was named Ada Gulley. Ada was born in 1914. In the 1920 census, unlike the 1910 census. Here, Eunice is properly identified as the grandson of the head of the house. And now, there is also a granddaughter, also living in the house. She is 4 years old, and her name is Olene Purifoy. At this point in this F.A.T recording, I have no information on this person. An investigation is recommended, and possibly a F.A.T recording of Olene Purifoy. The 1920 federal census is the last census for Antony Gulley. He died on September 12, 1926. And is believed to have been buried in Bluff City, Arkansas. The Black Ancestry Network group has placed Olene Purifoy in the investigation file, and we recommend a F.A.T recording of Joella Gulley, in order to discover which one of Antony Gulley's children Olene came from. If there is anyone who wishes to know more about any person mentioned in this F.A.T recording, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and leave a comment or directive describing who you would like to have a F.A.T recording of. The Bang will respond to the most requested. In the meantime, I want to thank you for listening to this F.A.T recording of Antony Gulley. Remember to like and share to help the channel, and subscribe to make a request for a F.A.T recording. This F.A.T recording will end in 3, 2, 1.